you in the club?
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Kaylee, and today I'm going to show you how to make this awesome Elsa beaded keychain. So follow along to find out how. Let's get started. For this project you'll need a keychain and a long stretch of black string. I think you'll probably need about 3.5 yards. So to get started, loop your string in half and make sure that both sides are even. Once they're even, put your loop through the keychain and then take the ends and string them back through the loop. And then pull it taut. This is going to make a knot at the top of your keychain, like this. First, on one side of your string, I'm going to start with the left, string 3 white pony beads. This is going to be the top of Elsa's head. So 1, 2, and 3. And then pull your string all the way through and adjust your beads with your finger to make them into kind of a row like this. And then you're going to take the other string, in this case the one on the right side that has no beads on it, and you're going to loop this back through the row of 3 beads that you just strung on, and then pull the string taut again. So now your keychain should look like this. So since we started with the left side, I'm going to work with the right side now. And for this row, you'll need 5 white beads. So string those on. And then pull that string taut. Line it up again so that it's a row underneath the first one, and take your left side of the string and loop through that row that you just created. Now, one thing I like to do, which I'm going to do after I string these beads, is to put a piece of tape on the very end of my string, because that makes it a lot easier to thread the string through. And especially as you get further in, that's going to be really important, because sometimes you're going to be looping through multiple times on one row. So I'm going to go ahead and take some Scotch tape and cover up the very end like that. And then I just cut off the extra part. And I also like to make a tiny trim at an angle on the string, and that helps me to thread the beads a little bit easier. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And you don't need really very much tape at all. And then trim at an angle. Okay, and now it's going to be a lot easier for me to string together my beads. So we started with the left side stringing these on and the right side stringing these on. So I'm going to work back with the left side of the string to string on the beads for the third row. And for the third row, you're going to take one white bead, 4 beads that are like an off-white or cream color. This is going to be Elsa's skin. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to add one more white bead on the end. And then pull that string taut. And now you have your third row. In order to secure it, you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to take the right side of the string and loop that through the row that you just made. The tape is making it a lot easier this time. Okay, and then pull your string all the way taut. And now you should have 3 rows that look like that. Now, taking the right side of the string, you're going to add 1 white bead, 3 cream colored beads, and another white bead. And then pull that string taut. Okay. Take the other side of your string and loop that back through the beads on the row you just created. So throughout this whole project, you're going to be going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, and then pull that one taut, and they should all line up. Okay. Ooh, they're jumping all around. Okay. And that's how it should look so far. So now what we're going to do is create Elsa's ponytail, and we want that to be free-flowing. So in other words, we don't want that to be connected to the rest of her. So what I'm going to do is add on 8 white beads here. And I'm working with the right side of the string. Two, 4, 6, 8. Okay. So now I've got these 8 beads, and what I'm going to do is take the same side of the string, and I'm going backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to loop my string through this bead right here, and the bead next to it. But just those 2. And then pull my string all the way through. So what I want to happen is for these 2 guys to lay on top of each other, just like that. So that works. So now I'm going to come back and do the same thing. So I'm taking the same side of the string, and I'm only going to loop through the next 2 beads. Once my string is looped through those, I can pull it tight, and they should stack up. Great. And now I'm going to do that one more time, going back through just these 2 beads, starting on the left. And then pull that string all the way through. And hopefully what should happen is they all stack up, just like so. The one problem is that this is way over here on the side, and I want it to be closer in. Okay. So I think since I want those to stack on top of the very next two, I'm going to loop my string back through just these two, and hopefully it'll stack up. Good. Now we're going to continue with the rest of Elsa. For the next row, you'll need one white bead, one skin color bead, and another white bead. And this time I'm going to be stringing them on the left side. So white, off-white, and another white bead. And then pull your string all the way through. And now I'll take the string that's over here on the right, and we want to leave this ponytail to be free form, to be free hanging out on the side without being connected to anything else. So we're going to take this right side of the string, and instead of looping it through any of the ponytail beads, we're just going to come through the row that we just made. And then go ahead and pull that tight. Okay, so that's how we want it to look. So far. Okay, now we're going to go on to the right side and add in the next row. On the right side, go ahead and add one light blue bead, followed by two of the skin color beads, which right now is off-white because that's the closest thing I have to skin color. And then pull your right string taut. And now take the left side of the string and loop that through those four same beads, and then pull everything tight again. Okay. For the sleeves of her dress, I'm just going to use a different color blue. In this case, this blue. And I'm going to add 7 of these blue beads, and then another off-white color on the very end. Again, this is with the right side of the string. With that same side of the string, I'm going to skip the first bead here and loop back through the other arm beads. So I'm going to go all the way through. Now I've got all the way through all of the arm beads. I'm going to pull this tight so you can see what it looks like so far. Okay. Alright, so this is kind of way off to the right, so we want to connect it to her torso. So I'm just going to keep looping through the same side of the string, the same right side that I've been using. I'm going to loop that all the way through these middle beads here. Okay, and then pull that string taut too. And now it should look like this. Sometimes you have to scoot all the beads up next to each other and then pull tight, because otherwise they're kind of all over the place. So now we've got her freeform arm and her freeform ponytail. And now we're going to make another arm on the other side. I'm going to move her ponytail so you can see that arm. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Add one off-white bead. Oops. At the very end, but first we're going to add the 7 blue beads. And then pull that string tight. Okay, and now I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did before. Take the same string that I've been working with, the left one, skip this little bead here on the end, and go through all of the other beads. And this time you can just keep on going through all of her arm beads, and then go through the 4 ones in the center again. This is where having tape is really handy, because now there's 3 strings in this middle set. So once you get that all the way through, pull it tight again. Okay, and now you have her 2 arms and her ponytail. Elsa is really coming together now. Now I'm working with the left side of the string, and I'm going to add 5 light blue beads to this side. And then pull that string tight. And take the right side of your string and loop that back through the 5 light blue beads that you just strung. And then pull that side tight as well. Now I'm working on the right side, and I'm going to add 4 light blue beads. And then once you've strung those on, go ahead and pull that string tight, line it up under the one from before, and take the left side again and loop that back through the beads that you just strung. So now we're following the same pattern and same concept as before when we did Elsa's head. And you just want to keep these beads lined up and kind of scrunch them together so that you can keep on pulling the string taut and there's no big gaps. So your design so far should look like this. So far we have 5 blue here, 5 light blue, and then 4 light blue underneath. Now I'm back on the left side of my string and I'm going to add 3 light blue to this side. So I've got my 3. I'm just going to pull this string tight again. And then take the right string and thread that through my row that I just made. Back and forth, back and forth. That's pretty much the whole concept. And then you can pull that string tight and make sure that the ones before it are tight as well. And now we have the top half of Elsa's dress. So we can start working on her skirt now. Now I'm on the right side of the string, and for this one I'm going to add 1 bright blue, followed by 3 light blue, and then another bright blue. And then I will tighten this one up and reinforce it or make it stronger by looping through with the left side again. So this is the same concept that I've been doing. I'm just going straight back through those beads that I just strung on. And then I can pull that one tight. And now you can see that this is the very first row of her skirt. Back on the left side, I'm going to add 1 bright blue, 4 light blue, and another bright blue. And then pull that taut. Take my other string and loop that back through the beads that I just strung. Okay. And there's the second row of her skirt. Now I'm going to work with the left side again. We're going to add 1 bright blue, 5 light blue, and then 1 more bright blue. Okay. Now take the right side of your string and loop that through. And then tighten that up again. Now let's go on to the right side of the string. 1 bright blue, 6 light blue, and then tighten that one up and loop back with the left side of your string. Oops, I forgot my last bright blue. So take the other side of the string and loop back through those beads. And then tighten everything up. And You can kind of see that I made a mistake right here because I missed a bead in my loop, so that's going to be a little bit messed up. But if you make a mistake like that, I mean, it's okay. You can go back and like unstring everything and try to do it over again, but I'm far enough along that it doesn't really bother me, so I'm just going to let it go. Oh, let it go, get it? Oh man, okay, so anyway, I'm going to go back to the other side of the string and we're going to loop back. This time we're going to put on one more of the light blue beads. So again, it's going to be a bright blue followed by 7 light blue beads. Got 4 so far, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and then we need our very last bright blue for the border. Okay, so it goes bright blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light blue, and then another bright blue for the end. And then take the other side of the string and loop it back through. Pull that string tight and tighten everything up again. So you can barely see that mistake really, so if you do that, just don't worry about it. And now let's work on the other side. Now I'm working on the right side, and I'm going to add a bright blue, and now I'm going to add 8 light blue. And just so you know, we're going to keep going down, adding 1 light blue until we get to 14 light blue in the middle. So right now we're only at 8. I really hope I have enough light blue. I might have to make the edge of her dress like white or something because I don't know if I'm going to have enough light blue. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then string that together. Add another bright blue. And then take the other side of your string, like we've been doing, and loop that through the beads that you just strung. And then pull everything tight again. Okay, and then we can add another light blue to the next row. Back on the left side, 1 bright blue, 9 light blue, if I can find them. And then another bright blue. And then go ahead and tighten everything up before you loop it through. Take your string on the right and loop it through all of those beads that you just strung on. Got 3 more to get through. Okay, and then now I can tighten everything up. So for the next row, I'm supposed to add 10 light blue beads in the middle. I'm not sure if I have that many, so I'm gonna do some counting and find out if I have that many. I might have to change her color scheme a little bit. Okay, so I was able to find 10 more beads that are light blue. So on the right side, I'll add a bright blue, which I'm also running out of. And then 10 of these light blue beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then another bright blue bead on the end. Pull that tight. And now we can loop back through with our other side. Okay, and then pull everything together again. And now we can work on the next row. On the left side, I'm going to add a bright blue and 11 light blue beads, which somehow I found. I'm not sure. I might have to change the colors on the next row because I don't know if I have enough, but we'll see. And last but not least, a bright blue. And pull that row tight. And then take your other side of the string and loop back through. Okay, and then pull everything tight again. Okay, working on the right side, add another bright blue and 12 light blue. And then take the other side of your string and loop it back through everything. Okay. Pull that all the way through. And another row is complete. Now I'm going to add a little bit of bright blue to the next row, because now I'm going to finish up the last of her dress. So I think I'm going to do 2 rows of royal blue, but I'm only doing that because I ran out of the other colors. So you can keep up the same color scheme if you want to, or you can change it to white or something totally random if you want to. But I think the bright blue or the royal blue will be really pretty. Now I'm just going to loop through on the other side. So all I did was add 1 more bead in the last row. And I think that turned out to be, that was 12, 13, 14, so 15 beads. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 15 beads. I'm going to add a row of white. So this is going to be 16 beads. I'm going to loop this one back through the other side. Okay, and I think I'm just going to end it there. And in order to end it, all you have to do, I'm going to turn this over on the other side. So I'm just going to take my 2 strings and make a simple knot. Okay, to make my knot, I'm going to take one side of the string, loop it through like that. So after you loop it, put your string through that loop, and then it'll turn into a knot. And I'll show you again how I did that on the other side. So make a loop like that, and then put your string through that loop. Okay. And then once you've got your knot on both sides, make it tight by just scooting it to the edge of her skirt. And then you can trim the edges. Okay, and that is how you make an Elsa beaded keychain. So even if it does have one tiny little mistake, I really like how this one turned out. I love her little ponytail. And I can't wait to make more of these. So if you guys want to see me make some more craft tutorials or more beaded keychains like this one, just click on the thumbs up and let me know in the comments below which characters you'd like to see next. This is Kaylee for DCTC, and thanks for watching!